All right, all right, all right. Let's see if you guys can actually see and hear me. All right. Yep, yep. We're coming through good. All right. Excellent, excellent. All right. So, how's everybody doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing good. Give everybody a few seconds to start coming on in, and then I'll fill everybody in on the going ons and the happenings that's going on right now. But I originally left a message on today's daily video at 10 that the live stream was probably going to be late. And I'm actually on time. Woohoo! But the live stream may end up being short simply because of the fact that there's things going on. But let me, let's see who's here. Dave's here. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Says hello, Drew. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Andy's here. Hey, Andy says hello there, Drew. How are you? Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. Pamela B's here. Says hello, everyone. Welcome to the show, Pamela. Sarah's here. Hey, Sarah says good evening. Hope Drew and Avi are having a good weekend. I'm having a fantastic weekend. I am absolutely thrilled. And I'm glad to actually be here with you guys on time. The stream may get cut short, and I'll explain why. But we're at least live streaming now and going full tilt. Avery is not feeling well this evening, so I didn't even send him an invite. I let him know that I might be starting a little late, and he says that's fine by him. He was probably going to have to skip anyway, and I said, no problem, no problem. So it's just me tonight, guys, just me and my smiling face. So Clifford's here. Hey, Clifford, how's it going? Says hello there, Drew, everyone. Welcome to the show. Pamela says, how are you, Drew? Fantastic. Hi, Maria. Maria says hi. Welcome to the show. Pez, my friend from down under, how are you? He says, good day. Hope you're all doing well today. Absolutely. Norska says, hello, my friend. Let me tell you about each and everything, okay, friend? Births is here. Births says, good evening to everybody. Welcome, welcome. Pamela says, go get those scammers. Absolutely. Pez says, good day, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Stan's here. Hey, Stan, how's it going? Any good stories are welcome. Okay, well, I'll fill you guys in on the happenings today. Smidgen's here. Hey, Smidgen says, hey, everybody. Pamela says, hello, and Pamela says, okay. For those of you who are not college football fans, this weekend or actually today, was Florida Georgia Day, which is kind of a big thing in this town. We've been hosting the Florida Georgia, the Florida Gators and the Georgia Bulldogs for many, 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 many years. And they play at the Jaguar Stadium downtown in Jacksonville. And my sister and my brother-in-law do security. And they're part of the security detail that works the games. And they called me last night and said, hey, any chance you could give us a ride and drop us off so that we don't have to park, we don't have to take public transportation, so that we can just go and do our job and be done with it. And I said, sure, no problem. I said, what time do you guys want me to pick you up? And they said, well, anytime between like 7:30 and 8. And I'm like, that's my live streaming time, guys. You can't do that to me. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, no problem, no problem. So I made a message on today's video at 10 that I was going to probably start late. I just got a call from my brother-in-law not 2 minutes ago, 2 minutes before the stream started. He says they're about done wrapping up, but they have blocked all the roads around the stadium so that nobody can come in through near the stadium. So there's no way to get there because traffic is so horrible with all the people trying to leave. So he says, give me a half hour or so, and once it gets a little bit freer, I'll call you and then you come. And I said, well, then I'm going to start my live stream. Get things going. So I hope everybody's doing well. Let me catch up on the chat, just see what's going on here. Smidgen says, anyone have any good scam stories this past week? I do. I forgot what day I shared the cable provider scammer, where I went through the whole spiel with the guys, only for them to say they were from Spectrum. And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have Spectrum. that was actually my third Comcast scammer of the week. And I went ahead and made it into a video since it was a single standalone. The other two were multiple recordings and multiple calls, which I'll be making into another video eventually. But they are trying so hard to get my checking account information. They are trying so hard to steal my money. And I love it. I love it. And they keep trying, which is the crazy thing. But I definitely have at least 2 more videos coming from the Comcast scammers. And what's so funny is I actually have competing scammer call centers calling me, because I had the one group that called and said mail us a check, and then the next group called, said no, that's not right, don't mail us a check, we want you to give us your bank account information, we'll do a debit, we'll just bill your checking account using your information, you don't have to write a check. And they're contradicting each other, and I love it. Hopefully I will get many videos out of these idiots, so always a good thing. Covers and Tributes says, "Dis Mike Jackson from Senior Benefits. How you doing? How you do, DA?" Very good, Covers. Tim says, "Good evening, all from Western Kentucky." Fantastic. Tim, I'm assuming that means you got back safe and sound and everything's good. Tim actually came through Jacksonville last weekend, and I got to meet him. He came into the store, and we chit-chatted for a while and had a really good time. And I'm assuming that if he's back in Kentucky, that everything went well. So excellent. Norska says, "I like the Georgia helmets. I don't know about the team though." Well, they kicked the Gators' ass this evening, 40 something to 20. It wasn't even close. So, but my brother-in-law went to Georgia, so he's a Bulldogs fan all the way. But when I dropped them off at the stadium this morning and said goodbye, I said, "Go Gators," just to tick them off, because that's what you do. That's what you do. Pamela says, "Good evening from New York. Welcome." Oh, yeah, New York. Okay, great. Tim says, "I enjoyed the nice visit with Drew this past Sunday. Fantastic. I had a good time too. I actually, Tim, what's so funny is I told my wife when I got home, I said, 'Honey, you're not going to believe what happened. I have a fan who lives in Kentucky, was down in Florida, and stopped by the store to say hi.'" And she's like, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah, I know. Isn't that awesome?" I love it. Betty's here. Hey, Betty, how's it going? Says, "Hi, Misfit Corner Scams." Pink hand waving. Welcome to the show. Pamela says, let's get those scammers. I try as hard as I can. Manuel's here. How you doing, good sir? Sorry we beat up on your Saints, but actually, no, you're a Cowboys fan. That's right. But still, we beat the Saints last week, and it was so wonderful. Now we just had to beat the Steelers this weekend, and we'll keep it going. Manuel says, "Good evening, my friend Drew. I'm here on Saturday night." Fantastic. Smidgen says, "I had a Bank of America fraud department live call saying my identity had been stolen." Ooh. Now the question is, do you have Bank of America as one of your banks? Because I tell them I have a Bank of America account, and I don't think I've ever banked with Bank of America at all. I think my wife's grandmother banked with Bank of America, but we have never had an account with them. But I tell them we have an account with them all the time. Birth says, "I was in physical therapy when I got a Medicare scam call, and I told him to give it his best shot." Fantastic. Manuel says, "Good evening, Betty." Craig's here. Hey, Craig says, "Manuel, I hope you had a happy birthday." Oh, that's right. That was this past week. Manuel, I hope you had a fantastic time. Hope you did something fun. Bert says, he asked me to give me 5 reasons why I think it was a scam call. I could do that very quickly. Number 1, you're calling a number that's on the do not call list when it comes to me. Number 2, you're spoofing somebody else's number, because I know for dang sure this is not the number you're calling from. I mean, it easily piles up. Easily. Smidgen says, the Bank of America guy sounded real convincing, but my spidey sense went off and I was right. Yep. Betsy says, hello to Manuel. Face red heart shape. Happy Saturday to you too. Burr says, I told him that everybody seemed to have an Indian accent. Medicare, every call. Medicare seems to know everything that's on the Medicare, and Medicare knows everybody on Part A and Part B. Yeah, I've asked them multiple times, why is it that everybody that calls me has an accent, a foreign accent, whether it be Indian or Pakistan or whatever? And I've been called racist before. They said, "What are you, racist? You're racist." And I'm like, pointing out a fact is not racism. Pointing out something that's true is not racist, you know? But they like to do that. They think that in America we are so racist, and that's the dog whistle phrase, that if you accuse somebody of being racist, it's like the worst thing you can say to somebody. And simply pointing out a fact that every single person that calls me claiming to be from Medicare has an Indian accent or a foreign accent, that's not racism. That's being observant. Observant. Manuel says, thank you so much, my friend Craig. Absolutely. Burr says, so he told me if you and I told him, he's got to pay me millions of dollars to take him. Manuel says, thank you so much, Drew. Absolutely. Tim says, my wife got a call from Publishers Clearinghouse when I was out of town. I expected a new Mercedes in the driveway when I got back home on Monday. So that didn't happen, Tim? I know we talked about that because she was looking forward to getting a new car and millions of dollars. So if it didn't happen, I'd be a little ticked. Smidgen says, no, I do not use Bank of America in about 45 years. Well, that's usually the sign. You know what's so funny is I've told when scammers call, and this goes back to the ones where they tell you your identity's been stolen and they ask you to list out your accounts, and I just make up stuff. I say like, well, I bank with Wells Fargo, Bank of America. I have a Discover card. None of this is real, but I've gotten calls from Discover. I've gotten calls from Bank of America. I've gotten calls from Wells Fargo. It's like, you guys, you're so sad. So sad. Manuel says, I get a phone call ask me if I have any properties. Yep, get those too. Betty says, Tim, face blue smiling, face blue smiling, face blue smiling. Smidgen says, happy belated birthday to Manuel. Tattle's here. Hey, Tattle, how's it going? David Wilson called me from Medicare this week. I asked if it was related to Woodrow. He said he didn't know what that was. I told him, now I know you're a scammer, and hung up. Beautiful, beautiful. Sarah says, oh, yes, happy birthday to Manuel. Manuel says, I'm enjoying my birthday this week on Wednesday. Yep. I remember Wednesday was the day. Manuel says, thank goodness to Sarah. Betty says, happy belated birthday to Manuel. Manuel says, thank you, Betty. Smidgen says, the Bank of America guy did not have an accent, a perfect phone connection. He said someone had opened an account in my name in Texas. Really? See, now in that situation, I'll be honest with you, Smidgen. If somebody called me and gave me that line, the very first thing I would do would be hanging up with them and actually going to Bank of America's site, getting the 800 number for Bank of America, and calling Bank of America directly. Don't trust anybody calling you claiming anything. I would then call the Bank of America directly and see if you can find out if what they're calling is even true. I would. That's exactly what I would do. Tim says, I still have sand in my trunk from my walk on Daytona Beach. I love driving on the beach. And no new car. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Smidgen says, I feel sorry for Tim. No new Mercedes. No. Yeah, if I was a betting man, I probably would have bet that he was not going to have a brand new car by the time he got home. Manuel says, good evening to Tim. Sarah says, stupid too. Glenn, hey Glenn, how's it going? Says, called from senior benefits about my back and knee pain. Told them I was 7'1" and used to play basketball. My name was Betty Johnson, and my PCP as Dr. Theodore Giselle, Dr. Sooth, with a fake address. Perfect. Smidgen says, I think all the scammers think all Americans use Bank of America. That's actually kind of funny. It's probably true, too. Glenn says, I had to spell my name six times before calling them stupid because he didn't write it down the first time. They need my Medicare number to proceed the order. I said I said it wasn't private like a Social Security number. That's true. I got a really good call, I think yesterday while I was in the car with my wife, and God love her. She was very patient and let me finish the call, but it was so insane. I kept calling these people dumb and stupid and worthless, and they just kept on going. It was crazy. And I talked to like 5 different people, 3 or 4 different people. It was amazing. I'm going to have to release that call eventually. But I prefer to release videos where I'm actually in front of the computer and you can see me animated as I talk to the scammers, rather than just the audio and me just smiling my pretty face on the camera. But it was really good, so I'll have to share it with you guys eventually. Betty says, I think it's hilarious how Drew reads my emojis. Well, the words come up, might as well. Pez says, G'day, Manuel. Hope you're doing well today, mate. Manuel says, good evening to Glenn. Darlene's here. Hey, Darlene, how's it going? Says hi to everybody. Berth says, have you ever dealt with a person when they transferred you to them saying it's okay, even if they are from a scam call center? Hold on a second. Have you ever dealt with a person when they transfer you to them, say it's okay, even if they are from a scam call center? Not sure I understand what you're trying to say, but okay. Glenn says, wasted 11 minutes of their time. Wonderful. Pez says, good day to Sarah. Betty says to Glenn, I can't believe you couldn't write your own name. It was so easy. Smidgen says, I did everything you said, Drew, even talked to the fraud department. They called, also said it involves Zelly transfers. I've been made all week. Oh, boy. Sarah says the scammers are stupid. Yes, they are. Manuel says, hey to Pez. Pez says, good day to Betty. Betty says, hello, hand pink waving to Pez. Manuel says, burst, happy Saturday. Betty says, Medicare scammers are mostly from Pakistan. Manuel says, I get another phone call about asking someone's name. Oh, hold on a second, guys. This is my brother-in-law calling. Let's see what the update is. Hey.
Hey, work your way over.
All right, I'm getting ready to head out, okay? All right, love you, man.
Love you too.
Bye. All right, so I actually got the call while I was on the live stream. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Believe me, if you're downtown during one of these football games, it's so much better to have somebody pick you up and drop you off than it is to fight traffic, to deal with parking, to deal with public transportation. So I'm actually doing him and my sister a huge favor. And trust me, I'm going to cash in on that favor eventually. Anyway, guys, I got to wrap up. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. I know this was a short call or a short video. I knew it was going to happen. But there is more stuff in here that I want to read, but I can't do it right now. Thank you guys so much for joining. I know this was better late than never, or better have it than not have it at all. But guys, I got so many more good videos coming. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope everybody stays safe this weekend, and cheer for the Jags tomorrow as we beat the Steelers. If there's any Steeler fans out there, sorry, but they're going to kick your butt. Oh, I had so much stuff happen today I wanted to tell you guys about, but I do have to run. You guys be safe. Remember, if you get calls like the ones I get, either hang up on them or screw with them like I do. And if you do screw with them, make sure you record it and share it with everybody. So screw and share. That's not going away. I love it. All right, everybody, take it easy.